Giordano, he scores! Mark Giordano wins the game in overtime! Holy Mackinac, the Toronto native scores a huge goal for the Maple Leafs!
The Leafs have eliminated the New York Islanders, and Toronto's won a franchise record 50th victory as they down the Islanders 4-2 here tonight.
Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
Coming up on tonight's podcast, episode number 145, our Easter special. This is our Easter special. Good for the bunny.
The Easter Bunny is in the fucking house tonight.
We look back on the Leafs win over the Sens and the Islanders. They set a couple new franchise records. Muzzin injured again. Matthews day to day. It's kind of surprising on that one. We've got a couple segments tonight. Just the tip and the Eagle's Nest. Kaka. All this and more coming up on episode 145 of the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Happy Easter, Dale.
Happy Easter, Chatty. Happy Easter.
What a weekend.
Yeah, man.
What a weekend.
Winding down here. We were going to go live last night after the Islanders game, but plans changed. Yeah. We had a little incident with the Easter fucking bunny. No problem. Nothing we couldn't take care of.
Yeah. Snuck up on us.
That fucking Easter bunny will get you every time.
Yeah.
And, he, I think, was fully intoxicated, so that's okay. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Easter Sunday, you got to get through it. So
this time of year, I don't blame the Easter Bunny for knocking down a few pints before he lets loose his eggs or whatever.
There you go.
But so how was Easter like around the house for you this weekend there?
Oh fuck, it was fine. It was crazy.
It sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it was good. Like part of the reason why we didn't do it is yesterday I was just exhausted. Like I went to bed late Saturday, and then the kids are up so early because they got to find the eggs.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did you find all the eggs, or are there some melting somewhere right now?
No. Well, first of all, my kids don't eat chocolate, so there was no melting. It was like bubble gum and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So,
but they found them all. That's
good. That's good. We should say
I didn't hide them. The Easter Bunny did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So we're recording this on Easter Monday, the 18th of April, episode 145 coming right at you. And you know what, man? It is April 18th, and it's a full-on fucking snowstorm outside.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on outside?
Full-on fucking snowstorm cooking right outside right now. Looking right out the window at it right now. Not cool, man. This time of year, just not fucking cool.
Like, I thought we were so past this. I'm like, spring, we're done with snow until next winter. No. Here it is.
Brutal, man. So, all right, where do you want to go first here? You want to you got anything you want to recap from the weekend before we go into the games, or
no? Let's just get right into hockey.
Okay.
Get our mind off of the snow and the bunnies. Just get right back into it. Leafs and Sens.
Now, I should say this. If anybody saw, we'll get right into the back-to-back, the Sens and the Islanders. Two big wins for the Leafs this weekend, getting all 4 points. But I should say this. Now, I came across a little Easter bunny named Michaela on Instagram on the weekend.
You went kind of heavy on those pictures.
I haven't seen her in a long time, Chad. I miss her, man. I miss her so much. And she was just like, yeah, like, the Easter Bunny ain't got shit on me. She's posting pictures on fucking social media, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like. I'm not on Instagram much nowadays, but I have never not liked a post that she posts. So, anyway, I snagged a couple of those pictures of her as the Easter Bunny. Some are on the screen right now. She's ducking right behind Mitch on my side, and she's behind Willie. Nothing Willie hasn't seen before.
No, he's smooth and cool. He's been there, done that.
For all we know, Willie might be the reason that Gabriel was traded in the fucking first place.
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny it, but
pretty sure that's a thing. We were talking about that, man. Once Nylander gets his fucking dirty paws in there, game over for Curtis Gabriel.
Game over.
Game over. No, just doesn't stand a chance per Gabriel. So,
yeah.
Anyways, Michaela, she's in Chicago. I wish she was back here in Toronto, but anyway, it's Easter, so I thought, why not? You know, she's dressed up like the Easter Bunny. Why not kick things off right with Michaela?
It's seasonal.
Yeah.
It's just a good,
exactly.
good family, wholehearted seasonal picture.
Every fucking holiday, she is going to be a part of this podcast. Whether she's...
There's nothing wrong with that. That's
hey,
good.
man, once a Leaf, always a Leaf, right? Is that what they say? Gabriel never played. Technically, he never played a game for the Leafs.
Yeah, but she will always be a part of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
actually,
that's right.
She will always be a part of the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast.
Man, I'll tell you.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the Leafs, but she will always be a part of our podcast.
Yes, she will. Now, we'll get to the game recaps here in a second, but I'll tell you that she's a goalie, right? We've covered this before. If anybody who doesn't know, she's from Chatham, Ontario. She's a former goalie. She used to play. I'll tell you this right now. I would love for her to put the gear on and pepper her with shots all night long.
Yeah?
Yes, man. That is a dream of mine. I would love to get her out there in full gear and just pepper her with
What
shots.
if the two of us go out and we try to sneak in a tip?
I think that's what they like out in Alberta or British Columbia. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure those fuckers out in BC, that's what they like.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Double tip. A double tip.
A double tip.
We are not that fortunate this evening, but we do have a tip in. I think we have another tip in virginity here this evening.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay, so where are we going first here?
Let's go back to Saturday night. Leafs Sens. The Leafs, they pull off a win, but again, playing against a team lower than them in the standings, they made it interesting.
I wasn't, for sure. I wasn't thinking much of this game before it started. I was like, okay, just here we go. We talked about it last podcast, playing down to the opponents and all that. So I wasn't expecting much going into Ottawa. And they were down fucking 2-0 before it even, well, I guess it wasn't right off the bat, but around the 15-minute mark of the first period, Ottawa scored twice in a row to make it 2-0. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. Really, guys? We're going to lose again to fucking, a lesser team when we're, the Cougars, the Florida Panthers are they've won 10 games in a row. They have locked up. They have absolutely locked up first place in the Atlantic Division.
Just steamrolling teams, too.
Dude, what a time of year to go on a 10-game fucking heater. They're long. They're gone. They are absolutely light years gone. So the best we're going to get is second. And we'll get into that a bit later. But anyway, so were you watching this whole thing, or what did you think of this Ottawa game?
I thought the same thing. I thought from the get-go they were doing that thing that they do, playing down to lesser opponents, trying so hard to just do stretch passes and pretty plays and stuff. When they play against the upper teams, when they're playing Tampa, when they're playing Boston, they're playing tight. They're playing tight deep.
Best way to play.
Yeah, their passes are crisp. Everything's going. And then when they play Buffalo or Ottawa or Montreal, they're sloppy.
Speaking of tight, I don't know if I said this off the top. Man, it's good to have Michaela back. Man.
Yes.
Jeez, I don't know if I mentioned her yet.
You mentioned it a couple times, but you can mention it again. It's totally cool.
But you know what, man? Listen, honestly, on this play or in this game here, okay, so Muzzin misses both weekend games. Let's hold that. We'll get to that later. I want to specifically talk about Muzz. But right now, so of course Justin Hall's back in Hall's back in the lineup, right? Because of Muzzin being out. And Justin Hall thinks he's fucking Bobby Orr out here, okay? In the first period against the Ottawa Senators, he gets back in the lineup. He makes a play, kind of coming in the Sens blue line. He's right in the slot, and he's got a chance to just rip it on net. This is leading to the first Ottawa goal. And what does he do? He sees Brody off to the side there, and he just looks for that extra pass. He's got a wide open shot in the slot, Justin Hall. When you're in the slot, you got to rip it home, bud. That's simple as that. But he extra little pass to Brody, and then Brody kind of bobbles it, or his shot gets blocked. The Sens are firing back the other way to Kachuk and Stutzel, that little fucker, 2-on-0, coming back the other way, and you can just see the writing on the wall for this one. They rip it home. But a direct result, to make it 1-0 Sens, but a direct result of Justin Hall thinking he's fucking Bobby Orr out there. Just rip it on net, bud. You're not Mitch Marner, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just get it on net and then get back. That's it.
You
pretty
can't.
simple.
Who do you think you are? You're not. You don't need the pretty play. Every fucking time you're out there. If you're Mitch or somebody, Austin, whatever. But you're Justin Hall.
Do you think a part of him in his head is thinking, I got to do something to stay in the lineup?
Well, that's If he is, okay, probably, but that's the wrong thing to do. If he it shouldn't be offensively if he's thinking that.
God, it should be keep the puck out of our net.
Exactly. So I don't want to say he directly cost them a goal there, but he created that turnover with an extra pass that didn't need to be made. He just rips that on net. They're not going back the other way 2-0. Anyway, so Stützle, that little bitch, makes it fucking 1-0. Del Zotto scores. It's 2-0 like that, just like that, lickety split. 2-0 Sens, and I'm thinking, here we go. Gonna be a long fucking night in the nation's capital. But wait just 1 second. So all of a sudden, 2-0 after the first. It goes to the second, 2-0 for the Sens. But right off the fucking top, 3 minutes into the second period, we had somebody lose their fucking virginity.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Just the Tip.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Now, sometimes when guys lose their tip in virginity, it's soft or it's a shocker. They're not ready for it. This was aggressive.
Dude,
This was hard.
And I just was complaining about Justin Hall, but making a shitty play, and then here he comes back down again. He's thinking he's fucking Bobby Orr again. He doesn't learn from his fucking lesson. He says, I'm going to rip. Now, he's like, now I'm not going to pass it. I'm just going to rip it through a maze of fucking people, hope it hits somebody, and we'll see what's up. Sure enough, Kyle fucking Clifford is parked right in front of the blue paint. Oh my God! This was the tip in heard all over the nation's capital. You could hear this tip in ring out all over Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
Just
Ottawa from St. John's to Vancouver.
That's right. Like you just heard a nice little. It hit his stick so hard. You just heard like a nice little ding, ding. Only way harder than that. And I'm like, wait a second. Was that? I was watching the game. I had a little family situation, not a lot of people, but I was watching the game with some people who are like, some Leafs fans, some not Leafs fans, and there was somebody there watching this play, watching this goal, and he said, did he redirect that?
Are you like, excuse me?
I almost got up and just fucking left, man.
Slap him on the way out.
I turned to him with the most dead possible serious look on my face as I could, and I said, "What? Excuse me? What did you just say?" He said, "I don't know if he redirected that or if it went right in from Hall." I said, "Dude, he tipped it in. That's a tip in. That is how you tip it in." And I just kept drilling home tip in. I almost went outside, grabbed a twig, and said, "Do you want me to show you how to do it?"
Yeah. Go ahead, grab anything from the kitchen and throw it at me. I'll show you how to do it.
Holy fuck. So anyway, Justin Hall rips it. Kyle Clifford with a nice and this was no blade at all. This was right off the shaft.
Oh, yeah.
Right off the shaft. Man,
and he held it right between his legs, straight down to the ice, like a tripod. He was just, boom.
Tripod tip, first time ever.
Yeah.
Tripod tip. Yeah, it was great.
It was
this was honestly more of like he didn't really try to tip it. Like Hall shot it, it hit his stick so hard, and it just oh my God, I almost said deflected, and it fucking tipped in. But like you're right, he just had a tripod stance, like his one leg on one side, his stick on the other, and his dick on the other.
His two legs and one hanging right down to the ice.
His one leg was cocked like a flamingo. So he just had the one leg, he had his stick on the ice, and then he had his huge dick on the other side. And it just, I don't know if it deflected off his stick or his dick. That might be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was so aggressive and so fast. And the way he was standing with it just held straight in front of him, you weren't sure.
No.
And they didn't do a video replay because Ottawa's just like, what are you going to do about that?
No, you can't video replay that. Fuck, are you kidding me? What do you want? You video replay that in slow motion. You're going to see something you don't want to see.
Exactly. You just move on. There's kids watching.
Exactly. You got to pull out the earmuffs and hide the eyes when they start replaying a Kyle Clifford tip. So, hey, man, absolutely beautiful to get the Leafs back in at 1-0. And again, 2-1 Sens at this point. Anything else on the tip, or are we going to move on from that?
No, it was gorgeous,
Okay.
beautiful. I hope to see it again someday.
I hope so too. Clifford, I've been impressed with him, and he's been getting some games in there, load management for some of the other guys. So Clifford's been in the lineup more than I kind of thought he was going to be. Do you not think?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
He's played well too.
At first, I was like, when he first started playing games, I thought, oh, we got to get this guy out.
I like
But
Clifford.
As he's been playing more, he's been holding his own in there, and he's dropped the gloves a couple times. So
Yeah. Now he's tipping it in.
yeah, if you're gonna whip the big stick down, stand like a tripod, and tip it in the net, you can be on my team any day.
Setting up the tripod, dude. I love Clifford. Massive hammer on that guy. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, huge.
And so anyway, you know what? So okay, that's fine. It's 2-1. I'm still watching with people, and they're like, "Oh, the Sens go up 3-1," and I'm just like, you know what? This is not fun for anyone right now. Let's. I can't take another loss to a team like this. Montreal, Ottawa, like fuck this. And I'm telling people, I'm like, don't worry. Like they'll come back. Like they can score in bunches. They just scored in the Washington game previous to this game, like 4 goals in fucking 3 minutes or 4 minutes in the second period. So I'm like, they'll come back. But I was really thinking, like, I don't fucking know. They always lose to teams like this. So I wasn't sure, but they did. They did come back. But
They did come back.
So anyway, so the tip in gets her started. So that's all I need. I kind of had a good feeling after that. Once I'm like, okay, we got to tip in to start the comeback here. Like that's probably going to go end
Until
up going
Ottawa
away.
scored.
Yeah, well, 3, that's true. But then the Leafs started coming back. So 3-1 Sens. Then the Brunt gets his 23rd of the season to make it 3-2. Assist by Giordano. Giordano, absolute whale of a fucking game. We'll get to him in a second. And do you want to talk about whale of a game? Do you know where that came from? Like in relation to, did we talk about this before?
No.
I don't know if we should bring this up or not. Should we bring? Yeah, I think we can bring this up.
Like, is this real?
Yeah, this is real.
Or are you just making this
No,
up?
this is 100% real.
This isn't like the Ron Burgundy. San Diego means whale's vagina.
Wait, that's not true?
Well, I don't know. I've never.
Okay. No, this is 100%. Like, whale of a game. Like, when I first heard whale of a game was when I was playing. I'm sure you are aware of this story. I
know the saying. Whale
No,
of
I know
a
you know the
game.
saying, but the
Are
first.
you telling us where it came from?
Well, for me,
for
like,
you.
have you ever gotten whale of a game?
Yeah.
Who
Maybe
gave?
not maybe game.
Okay,
Whale or something.
Okay. Do you want to know the first time? I haven't had many whales of a game said to me in my life, but I've had a couple. And the first time it ever happened when I played for Assumption Baseball in Peterborough, Ontario.
I was on that team.
And we played a bunch of ball tournaments. We were good some seasons we were bad. But this one game, I was having a whale of a game. And you want to know who told me I had a whale of a game?
Mike Taylor,
Mike Taylor.
the head coach.
Now, when like anybody who's listening to this who knows who Mike Taylor is, then I don't need to say anything else. But if you don't know, you never know who's listening. If you don't know who Mike Taylor was, he was he was basically like the John Gibbons of softball.
The John Gibbons of under 12 softball.
That's right. Like, why don't you suck on that one, right? Like, so.
But yeah, he was awesome.
Toothpicks and he loved it. But I remember, like, we were having a couple drinks after the game one day, like actual drinks, not beers. We were too young to drink. This was back in the younger Assumption days.
Yeah,
and
we
he
were
just
like grade 7. He were having fruit punch.
he rolls past me and he goes, Dale. And he was like, he looked me right in the eye. He had his toothpick right in his mouth. He goes, Dale, whale of a game. I was like,
And that stuck with you.
oh, dude, yeah,
all these years.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. You ever gotten a whale of a game from Mike Turner? I think you'd remember that one, Chad. Mike Taylor. I think you'd remember that one, Chad.
No, but I do remember my very first game with Assumption. I was having a whale of a game. So
did someone tell you that?
No, but I hit a grand
Not
slam.
a whale of a
I hit a grand slam. Then I hit another grand slam.
You can't call your own whale of a game.
No, but then I got a double. So after 2 home runs, my next at bat, I got a double. And Mike Taylor's like, "Hey, Chad, just a double?" Just kidding. And that's kind of his way of saying whale of a game.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
you actually got it.
Yeah, anyway.
Whale of a game.
Anyway, it was fucking awesome. But anyway, so speaking of whale of a game, man, you know what? Maybe we might have to introduce a new segment going forward. Maybe next
Whale of a game.
Maybe, but like that is something that we should
If
really
we can
consider.
find Mike Taylor
Oh,
and get a clip of him saying whale of a game.
Oh.
That would be the segment right there.
that might be possible. That actually might be possible.
But anyway,
so,
Gio did have a whale of a game.
he did have a whale of a game. So he gets an
3-2.
Yeah, he gets an assist on the bunting goal. So the Brunt makes it 3-2 with his 23rd. Mitch Marner gets his 32nd to make it 3-3 going into the third. In the third, the Sens go back up. Stutzel gets his second of the game. They go back up 4-3. Mitch gets his second of the game, his 33rd of the season, assist by the Brunt and Matthews. And it's 4-4 going to overtime. The overtime was a little crazy. And anyway, Giordano ends up whipping it out. He says, look at this. Look at my Italian stallion. He says, Mike Taylor, you watching this? Here it comes, bud. Whale of a game. He rips it right home, and the Leafs beat the Sens 5-4 in overtime. First time the Leafs had the lead all night. What they were playing catch up and come from behind. They were playing comeback all night long, except for overtime. Giordano pops it home. Giordano pops it home, gets the 2 points. Leafs beat the Sens 5-4 in OT. Mark Giordano, absolute whale of a game. Man, has he been fucking great since coming over, or what?
He's been amazing. Dennis says, Chad Dale, hope your weekend and Easter was good. And yeah, a really nice tip by Clifford.
Right on,
Kidding
Dennis.
me?
You got it, buddy.
Thank you for calling it a tip. And we did have a good Easter. Hope your Easter was good too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, a few things to wrap up this game then. Taking just a quick look at the box score. Stay tuned for a new segment in the near future.
This show's just going to be all segments.
We'll combine whale of a game with
just
box.
a tip, box score, Eagle's nest, hot in the slot.
Right in the box or something
Right
like
in the
that.
box.
Coming from the box or coming in the box.
Coming out of the box.
Coming out of the box.
If you
That's
score,
no fun.
if you score right after a penalty, pulling out of the box.
Yeah, there's so many, man. Like, how are we just thinking of this now? Anyway, the Leafs outshot them 41-29. The Sens outhit them pretty significantly, 29-17. Little concerning. I want to talk about this later. 0 for 2 on the power play. They did eventually get off the power play schneid in the game the next night against the Islanders, but I do want to talk about the power play a little bit later. Little concerning there. But yeah, man, anyway, that's about it for the Sens game. Mark Giordano, 1 goal, 2 assists, including the game winner for a 3-point night. Marner, 2-goal night. Bunting, goal and an assist, and a bunch of other guys with singles. Clifford gets the tip in. Beautiful. And Justin Hall with a nice assist on that tip in as well.
Have you felt like since Gio has joined the team that it's, I don't know, it just feels so much better?
Well, dude.
It's like Muzzin, when Muzzin was injured before, we'd be like, God, what are we going to do without Muzzin? You haven't even really noticed Muzzin, like his lengthy injury. With Lyubushkin and Gio being added to the team, the defense is just solid. This is the most solid this D has been since I can't even remember.
Fucking
Like,
love it.
We haven't
it,
gone into the playoffs with a defensive core like this in years.
You just said it. Solid D, man. I love a good solid D.
Oh, everybody loves a good
Fucking
solid D.
love a solid. You ain't going nowhere if you don't have a solid D.
No, you're not.
So
Absolutely
I
not.
think and listen, you want to talk
a soft D?
No.
You're out.
Not going to get it done. But Mark Giordano, absolute whale of a game. Yeah, you're right, man. He has absolutely been like everything and more. How many
But he's
teams
just so steady.
How many teams do you think wish they would have went with Giordano at the deadline over some of the choices that they
I'll
ended up
tell you
going
this:
with?
Florida paid a first round for Ben Sherratt, and we didn't for Gio and Blackwell.
No,
So-
and I like Blackwell's game as well.
Exactly.
But
and I think Gio, he's older, but I think he's more solid and steady than Sherratt. He'll give you more than Sherratt.
yeah, look, like the Panthers were good before Sherratt came in. The Leafs were good before Giordano came in. But like I just said off the top, the
Their
Panthers.
D's always been weak. The Leafs
The-
have always had weak D.
That's right. The Panthers have just ripped off 10 straight games. Is Sherratt, like, I think Sherratt to them was just like an added depth guy. Like, I don't know how much
we needed Gio.
Yeah, like, I don't know how much Sherratt is actually contributing, but paying I wouldn't have paid a first round pick for Sherratt. I just wouldn't I wouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Go Assumption, Beth.
Beth says go Assumption. Oh man, it's been a long time back in the day. But yeah, man, and I guess to wrap up the Ottawa game, so Shalgren, like, lets in 4 on 29 shots. I don't know, kind of in the middle. We'll get to that later with the Eagles nest. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
That's it for the Sens game. That's all I got. You want to move on from that, or?
Yeah, we'll go. I mean, they got on a plane, flew back to Toronto, and they had the New York Islanders in town the next night. And Jack Campbell was in net. I don't know what I was expecting from this game. What were you expecting? I wasn't expecting a dud.
I wasn't expecting much from either of these games, the Sens game or the Islanders game, because it's just we're so close to the playoffs. And, like, yeah, sure, you want some more points. You want to try to get the second seed. You want to throw something up, or?
I'm not going to put this comment up.
Let's see it. Come on.
I just read it. It was funny. I'm not putting it up, though.
All right. Anyway, no, like I said, going in, like, I wasn't expecting much from this weekend, but they end up getting all 4 points, and it's all good. So it's so close to playoffs, and now we've got some bigger. You get past the Philadelphia game on tomorrow night on Tuesday, and then all of a sudden it's fucking go time, man. Like, you're playing the big boys from here on out, and that's fucking it. One game against Detroit squeezed in there, but it's basically like, it's fucking go time.
Yeah, it's go time, and it's playoff time right around the corner.
So it was impressive that they got these 2 wins, much needed points, and, like, we'll move on and see how it goes. 6 games remaining. But anyway, so the Islanders come to town. Lou Lamoriello, it's an unfortunate set of circumstances. It's no one's fault that the Islanders fucking suck this year. What happened there?
I don't know. They kept saying during the game, like, they kept talking about how if the Leafs win, they would end the Islanders' playoff hopes.
They were already over.
I know. I was like, Washington is the next team that you would be bumping at a wild card spot. They had like 92 points. You have 79. You think you're going to make up 13 points in 6 games?
Yeah,
or whatever. Or they had 7 or 8 games. Not happening. Not happening.
The Islanders started a bunch of games on the road this year because their building wasn't ready and their new arena wasn't ready, and then they got fucking smoked with COVID, basically the whole team. So they were like a double whammy off the start, and they couldn't catch up. They were playing catch up the rest of the way. They couldn't catch up. They had been playing better, but I mean, what are you going to do? They're coming off a 2 conference finals appearance in a row. 2 game 7s against the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning in a row. The Islanders were right on the verge of winning a Stanley Cup. I bet you they beat Tampa Bay in the bubble in the first go around, and they would have, or no, sorry, when I can't even keep track of what the fuck when it was. When Tampa played the Habs, who did Tampa beat to win the Cups? Dallas and Montreal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you put the Islanders in either one of those series, maybe they don't beat the Stars, but I bet you they do beat the Habs. Like, the Islanders would have won the fucking Cup last year if they beat Tampa Bay in Game 7. Guaranteed. I almost would guarantee it.
Yeah. I know, like, what a fall from grace, but like you said, just a rough go at the start of the season. They just never got on track, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, fair. It's same. I really wish last night's game was in New York and not in Toronto. That just would have been fucking great, though.
I know.
But just the Islanders fans are such fucking, I don't know.
They hate JT.
I know. But
they pack that building when Toronto's there. They don't pack it any other time.
Yeah. What's the name of their new building called? The B fucking something?
Yeah.
BTS or some shit like that arena?
Isn't BTS the Korean band?
I don't know, man. It might also be the arena it's something like that. It is BS. I can't remember. Oh, I think it's the BS. I think it's the BSP arena. I think the BSP, the big swampy prick.
UBS.
Oh, UBS. Okay, UBS. I thought it was the big swampy penis. The big soggy.
Nope.
The big soggy beady.
Nope, it's just UBS.
I don't know. I didn't mean to say that. Anyway,
at least beat the Islanders 4-2. Do you want to do the recap of the game?
I said something I didn't mean to say. Anyway, yeah, man. Jesus Christ. So the first period, like, sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God. The Islanders get her going here. So what was the name of the arena? The arena?
UBS.
UBS. What does that fucking stand for then?
I don't know. United
Something
Box Service. I think. I don't know.
Okay. That would be cool if that's what it stood for. If that's what it stood for. Anyway, okay. The Islanders get her going here. So Campbell's back in net. The Islanders do open the scoring, though, in the first, 1-0. Marner continues his fucking... He had a little dip in play, but he kind of resurged over the...
Yeah, if you even want to call it a dip.
Yeah,
like
he went
I know what you mean.
Him and Austin went a few games without scoring or putting up much points, whatever. And then Mitch, all of a sudden, all weekend, 2 goals in the Ottawa game, a goal in this Islanders game. So Mitch gets his 34th of the season to tie it at 1 in the first. Assist by Giordano and the Brunt. Giordano, just an incredible weekend.
Would you say another whale of a game or just a good game?
He's just solid every night, man. Like he's, the Ottawa game, I think he did have a whale of a game, but just, this game he was just solid again. He got rocked early in this game too, like a big hit, like the opening shift behind the net. I forget who hit him, but Giordano doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, come on, bud, let's go here.
It was like 5 seconds into the game.
Yeah, he got smoked.
Islanders came out and they're like, we're going to hit them. They did out-hit them huge.
Yeah. I'll get to that. So Mitch ties it at 1. It's 1-1 after the first. Going to the second, the Islanders take a 2-1 lead. And then little Seabiscuit decides to whip out his huge horse cock. And he decides to start whipping that puppy all over the place. Him and Kerfoot, nice little fucking 2-on-1. Hall gets another assist on that fucking goal. So good to see Pierre Engvall, though. Like, this guy's just been an unbelievable year, like we've said. Yeah. And his 14th goal of the season. So that makes it 2-2 right there. Couple minutes later, Nylander scores. That ends up being the game winner. 3-2 Leafs at that point. The Brunt gets another assist. Empty netter by David Camp late in the third. Assist by Willie. And that fucking that's all she wrote for the Islanders. 4-2 Leafs win. The Islanders are going home, and the Leafs, 2 much needed points. 4 points total all weekend. They beat the Islanders 4-2.
Set a franchise record.
Bunting 2 assists. Nylander a goal and an assist. Engvall a goal. Giordano another assist. Marner a goal. Camp a goal. A couple guys with single assists. Justin Hall. Jesus Christ. But, and Campbell, I thought, looked pretty good there, but we'll get more into the goalies here in a second. The box score, right in the box. Leafs outshot them 37-29. The hits, the Islanders had almost 50 hits, 48-25. They out-hit them. Each team had 1 power play goal. The Islanders were 1 for 2 on the power play. The Leafs were 1 for 3 on the power play. I'll get to the power play concerns. I got a couple other things I want to go to, like after the game recaps. But yeah, so Campbell makes, I don't know what he let in, 2 goals. He makes 27 saves on 29 shots. I thought he played pretty well though.
Yeah, he looked good. He's coming into form. All you're asking of Campbell, give us like 915 save percentage, and we can win. Just don't dip down back to like your 880, 890 where you were in December and January. Give us that solid goaltending. He doesn't need to be the 960 he was in November. That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Give us some solid goaltending, bud. And should we talk? They set the franchise record, 50 wins.
Yeah. So anything else you want to? Before we go to that, anything else you want to add into this game?
Honestly, it wasn't that exciting of a game. There were some good plays and things that happened. But other than that, they got the win, and the Leafs set a franchise record for wins and points in the season. Does it feel like we're watching history?
Well, yeah,
some nights it doesn't.
I don't know. It kind of does to me. Like
Austin Matthews setting records, Mitch Marner on a tear, setting wins in a season record, setting points in a season record. Like, this is an incredible year to be a Leafs fan.
Yeah,
but yet we're still complaining all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Like, we're still waiting for the playoffs. We're getting real close now. But yeah, so they set a franchise record in wins with 50 and with points in a season 106, passing the previous total of 105. Who was the head coach when they hit that mark?
The Cock.
The Cock. Fuck that guy. And so Sheldon Keefe now is holding a bunch of records himself. And it's crazy to think like that this team has won 50 games for the first time in the history of the franchise, man. Like, it's crazy. So many firsts this season. Like, it's crazy. And I think we're on track to have another one coming soon in the next couple weeks where Austin Matthews currently sitting at 102 points. He missed the last game. We'll get into that shortly. And Mitch Marner now has 94 points. He's 6 shy of 100. I think he gets there. They've got 6 games left. He needs 6 points. I think Mitch gets to 100 points.
I hope so. He deserves to get there. I hope so.
How does he not get 6 points in the next 6 games? He's power play time. Like, I think he gets there. I mean, we'll see what's up with Austin and all that. But anyway, so before we get
hey, they beat 2 teams out of the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so while we're still on that, so let's go back quickly before we move on from the week and we start looking forward. Let's go quickly to, let's go back to the Buffalo game, the Washington game, the Ottawa, and the Islanders game. Take a quick look at the goalies. We'll just give our quick thoughts on the goaltending situation.
Is this a little Eagles Nest?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's hit it. It's time for the Eagles Nest.
Eddie the Eagle, great name.
And watch Belfour's stick.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
And put it right up into his face there, and Belfour's not going to take that. Wham! Right there. He came up high. And here it comes. And the Eagles all over him.
I bet you if you pop those jeans off, you're going to find a sweaty hog.
How in the world did he make that save?
He's pulling stuff now.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
What better name than Eddie the Eagle?
So Dale, why don't you explain, because this is kind of new, how the Eagles Nest works?
Okay, the Eagles Nest is a segment where we just look back on the week that was, or the most recent games, and we grade the goaltending, a 3-tier level. We can go game to game or just grade it on the week performance, however you want to do it. The absolute best, the Eagles Nest, named after our favorite Leaf goalie and just favorite person ever, Eddie Belfour. Friend of the show, Eddie Belfour. He doesn't know it, but he is for sure. But anyway, the Eagles Nest. Eddie the Eagle. That's why we call it the Eagles Nest. Best you can possibly be graded is a spread eagle. A full spread eagle. You're not getting better than that. You're basically Belfour winning the cup with the Dallas Stars spread eagle. That is, you got to play an absolute whale of a game to get spread eagle. Right in the middle, just pretty good, not bad. You're looking at a stiff hawk. A good stiff hawk. Could be a semi-stiff hawk. Depends. We could really switch up the stiff hawk grading. And if you're in the fucking toilet, like basically Peter Mrazek all season, we're talking sweaty hog. A big, fat, sweaty hog. And that is no fun for anyone.
No, it is not.
So, you want to kick it off here, Chatty?
Yeah, so we're going back to the Buffalo game?
Buffalo, Washington, Ottawa, and the Islanders. So you got 2 games for 2 games for Shalgren and 2 games for Jackie Boy.
Yep. Can I just sum up each of their performances, not do individual games?
Yeah, of course, man.
Shalgren and Campbell, both, for me, are just stiff hawks this week.
Yeah, okay.
I know in the Buffalo game we probably could give a sweaty hog, but the whole team was trash.
A lot of sweaty hogs in that Buffalo game.
A lot of sweaty hogs, and you can't put it all on the goaltending.
No.
But, they beat Washington, they beat Ottawa, they beat the Islanders. The goalies didn't stand on their heads to get the wins, but they did enough to win the game, and that, to me, is a stiff hawk. You got the job done. That is a nice stiff hawk on both Shalgren and a nice stiff hawk on Jack Campbell.
Now, going back to this Buffalo game, I was surprised that, first of all, coming off of the Montreal game, and then they, on April 9th, and then they had the Sunday and the Monday off, didn't play Buffalo until Tuesday, the 12th of April. Surprised to learn that Jack Campbell wasn't getting the start here. Not that he... I'm fine with Shalgren playing, but it wasn't like a like Jack was banged up. There was something going on where maybe Källgren would have got the start anyway, but Keefe came out and mentioned something about Jack can't play. But yet he ended up backing up, so I don't really fucking know. But anyway, so Källgren played the Buffalo game, Jack played the Washington game, Källgren played the Ottawa game, Jack played the Islanders game. I'm with you. I'm a stiff hawk across the board here. I don't think anybody, like the Sabres game, totally agree. I think the whole team, sweaty hogs. Yeah. Big time. Sweaty hogs against the Sabres.
It wasn't just the goalies who were sweaty hogs. It was top to bottom sweaty hogs.
But I would say overall for the week, both guys, 2 games each, I'm going to go a stiff hawk. I will switch it up a little bit here. Now I'm adding a little new element to it. With Källgren, I would say he was a semi-stiff hawk. A semi-stiff hawk. And with Jack Campbell this week, I would say he was a hard stiff hawk.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So just semi a little bit, not right where you want to be. A hard hawk is a little bit better.
Well, yeah, with the semi, you expect a little more. There might be a few places where you could tighten it up a little bit.
Yes.
And you're right. Källgren's let in a few soft goals, but he's gotten the wins.
Yes.
And he's made some big saves when he needed to, but
yes,
semi-stiff hawk. Running oddly close, very close to sweaty hog. But
Agreed.
you're up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not there. For me, he's not in Peter Mrazek territory as of yet. So, so there it is. Semi-stiff hawk for Källgren and a hard stiff hawk. These are hard things to say, man. A hard stiff hawk for Campbell. And Jack looks like he's progressing nicely. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Jack gets the Philly game or not. Like, maybe you go back to Källgren again, or maybe Jack does play in the Philly game. I don't know. But after that, like Tampa and Florida, Jack plays both those games.
Back-to-back next weekend, right?
Yeah, you do.
You got Tampa Thursday, Florida Saturday. Who's on Sunday?
Washington.
So you might want to play Källgren against
Florida.
You might want to play him against the Flyers.
Okay, so
like you play Källgren, then you play Jack, then you play Källgren, then you play Jack. Instead of going Jack, Källgren.
Do you not think it might be a good idea though to play Jack against? They're going into Florida.
I don't know, man. It seems like every time they play him 2 games, they have to put him down because something's wrong with him. He's hurt,
but we're getting real close now. Like
I know, so save him.
Maybe you do play Källgren against Philly, but going into Tampa and going into Florida, those are going to be like 2 playoff games. Do you not want Jack to be in there, like to get the feeling for like, okay, why not? Like you're playing the 2 of the best teams in the league, Florida.
Okay. Like, play Källgren in Philly, Jack, and then Källgren. Källgren played in the Washington game, didn't he, this week, or was it Campbell?
No, it was Campbell.
Okay. Yeah, well, I would say play Källgren against Washington. Why not?
Yeah, I just think because we're so close to the playoffs, like, I think it would be a good idea to start really getting Jack some... Like, yeah, Jack can play against Philly and whatever.
Well, and it looks like you're going to play Tampa in the first round.
It does.
So I would play my full lineup, the way it's going to look in playoffs against Tampa. And I'm sure they're going to do the same because if you can... Like they always say, if you can get a little dry run before you get started, you take that opportunity.
100%, man. I totally agree there. So, yeah, man. So we'll see. Like, it should be interesting with Sheldon Keefe. You never know what's going to happen with like what he's going to pull out, but he's always surprising with things that he pulls out. So,
he's probably going to sit Austin Matthews, Justin Hall centering the first line.
Oh, fuck, probably. Okay, we'll get to Matthews in a second here. So quickly then, before we move on,
we didn't even talk about Matthews didn't play Sunday.
Get to him.
I know we're going to get to it.
In a quick second, we'll go through a few things. So the Leafs currently sit second in the Atlantic Division with a 50-20-6 record. Their next games are Philadelphia at Toronto this coming Tuesday. Toronto then goes to the state of Florida to play the Tampa Bay Lightning on the 21st of April and the Florida Panthers on 2 days later on the 23rd of April. And man, those 2 games are going to be just fucking dynamite. You beat Tampa Bay. You could maybe widen the gap, spread the gap if you want to say, so far that Tampa, you might be able to lock up second seed by the end of this week, depending on what happens with Tampa and Boston.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
that's
neither Tampa nor Boston is really on a heater right now. Florida is, but Tampa and Boston, they're just mediocre. They're like 500 in their last, I don't know, 10 games or so. So bury them. Take the home ice. They're giving it to you. Take it. Fucking take it, man.
Totally agree. Okay, so before we get to our final couple topics here, we should probably take a quick second. Now, it's Easter weekend. We're coming to the end of Easter weekend.
Hop.
A lot of turkey going down for everybody, and I think we know how that can go. And, you know, if you're eating too much and some bathroom issues and this kind of thing, a regular plunger is just not going to cut it in that situation. We have a very special new sponsor for tonight's Easter episode, and it might help you out if you're dealing with some leftover turkey situations after Easter. Chad, you want to cue that up?
All right, let's have a word from our plunger sponsor.
I think this is really going to help out a lot of people that have had too much turkey over the Easter weekend.
First your ass is backed up, now the toilet's backed up. Hi, Anthony Sullivan here with the pushover plunge. Now check this shit out. We got all this blue shit in here, that's cool, but guess what? I got this pushover plunge, just grab it from the top and give it all you got. And there you have it, clean as a whistle. It doesn't take a fucking genius. You push down and you get 25 times more pressure. The pushover plunge is gonna work with any size toilet, any size clog, any size shit. I don't care, it's going down. If you don't do anything, it'll just overflow. It's time to keep it clean and sanitary, so you never have to touch that shitty water ever again. And it fits in your pocket. It's time to use the pushover plunge and get that shit out of there in seconds. Is your toilet backed up and being stubborn just like your girlfriend? Well, no more. Just grab her by the back of the head and...
So I've always been self-conscious of using public restrooms, and I always clog the toilet. But ever since I've been using the pushover plunge, I could bring it with me wherever I need to. I'm gonna need it right now. How many toilets did I break back in my day? Several, but now I have the pushover plunge, so... Who am I kidding? They break anyways. Yes. Pooping's always been a problem for me. Plumbers just can't handle my pipes. But with the pushover plunge, I can poop as hard as I want, and it feels so good.
Get ready to start plunging your shit down the toilet for just $10. But I know what you're thinking. You shit twice as much, so I'll double the value. You'll shit everywhere. Upstairs, downstairs, at your friend's house. I got this pushover plunge. Just grab it from the top and give it all you got. And there you have it. Clean as a whistle.
There you have it.
Go to sullysPlunger.com.
The pushover plunge.
Pushover plunge. We got a question here. Can I put this up?
Please.
Dennis says, come playoffs, haul in or haul out of the lineup if the Leafs defense is healthy? This is a question that I ponder all the time because in my mind, he's out. If Sandin is healthy and Muzzin's healthy, this guy's out. But Sheldon Keefe, he may not agree with me. And we know Muzzin's going to be hurt anyway.
Okay, so this is a couple quick things to get to before we get out of here. But Muzzin injured again. So no shock or surprise to me when I find out Saturday going into this. I think they even said it on Friday, whatever, that Muzzin is not going to be playing the weekend games against the Sens and the Islanders. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, nothing concussion related. Apparently it's something else. So this fucking guy, I've been saying this basically all season long. You cannot rely or count on Jake Muzzin. So Hall in the lineup, I don't want Hall in the lineup, no. But I'm starting to think he will be in the lineup probably because you can't count on or rely on Jake Muzzin. Like, what's Muzzin going to play? A game? Maybe two? And then he's going to be out for a fucking week? That's probably that's likely.
That's why they made the Geo trade.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Like, if Muzzin was healthy and reliable, they might have stopped at just Lyubushkin. But they went out and got Gio because the last 2 years in the playoffs, Muzzin can't get past game 2. And then he's just done for the series. So
no, Muzzin is not in a healthy defensive lineup for me. If that decor is healthy, or Hall is not in it for me. But you might be looking at a situation where Muzzin and Hall are both out of the line. And I like Muzzin can't play, and Hall, they're scratching. When Sandin's skating, he's getting ready to go.
If Sandin's not in the lineup over Justin Hall, then it
has to be.
He has to be.
And the way Liljegren has played, like I would like to see Sandin and Liljegren both in there. Like I think they.
Yeah, I thought Liljegren and Gio looked great.
Yeah, same here. I think Liljegren is going to be could be a key contributor. We might get to, when we do our playoff preview show, we might get to some, what do you like, surprise? What did we call them? Possible. I can't remember what we've called them in the past. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for here? Predictions of some type, like possible predictions or rare predictions or something like that. That there's another word, but I can't think of what I'm trying to say right now. But
outcome.
No, yeah, outcome. Well, let's go with that. But anyway, unlikely scenarios or surprise, whatever you want to say.
Scenarios.
But surprise! Look at me. It's Timothy Liljegren. Look at my mustache. Surprise! It's back.
Yeah.
But
rumor has it he does that in the locker room a lot.
He just sneaks up on guys.
Yeah. He gets out of the shower. He likes to air dry, and he just jumps around the corner. And, surprise!
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Hey, Timothy.
Hey, no, that's not. I think I got Seaver, Mr. Carter. Did they say that, Mr. Carter? Were they saying that before?
Who?
Like, the show Welcome Back, Kotter?
Yeah.
Did the students not used to say, "Hey, Mr. Kotter"?
I think it was just one guy.
Just Travolta?
Yeah, I think it was just John Travolta.
Okay.
Like, hey,
so did Growing Pains steal that when they went to like, "Hey, Mr. Seaver"?
No, because he didn't actually say it like that. You say it like that, but Boner didn't walk in and be like, "Hey, Mr. Seaver."
How did he say it?
He used to be like, he used to be like, "Good evening, Mr. Seaver."
Oh, I thought he.
Boner.
I thought he had like a Stallone thing kind of going.
No, he kind of did, but not as thick as Travolta in Welcome Back, Kotter. It was kind of like,
dude,
like a great titled show called Leave It to Beaver, where there was the kid Eddie, and he used to walk in and be like, "Hey, Mrs. Beaver." I don't know what their name was, but I think it was Beaver.
Love that.
And she'd be like, "Eddie." That's what Boner was like. He tried to be nice and pleasant. He didn't walk in with a swagger being like, "Hey, Mr. Seaver."
Yeah, so not as thick as no one was.
We made him that way, but he
rumor has it no one was as thick as Travolta back in the day.
Horseshack.
No one was as thick as Travolta back in the day.
Anyway,
my
hair. She always touched my hair.
So this Muzzin shit, man. I mean, it's just gotten to a point now where it's expected, right? I'm not even surprised at all when he's like.
No, he's always hurt.
Could he be, if he's healthy, is he in? Or is there a scenario where when he's played, even when he's come back and he's played a couple games, he hasn't looked good at all? Is there a scenario here where
he needs to he's missed so much time. He needs to get his gears going. He needs to get his legs going.
Running out of time here.
But he plays 3 games and it's fuck him hurt again.
Could we be looking at a scenario where Muzzin's a healthy scratch in the playoffs?
No, I don't think so. I
don't know, man. Look at how
I know he hasn't played well, but I think when push comes to shove, Sheldon Keefe's going to look at that Stanley Cup ring and be like, "We need this guy."
That Stanley Cup ring is fucking like
ages ago,
10 years ago, dude. Almost, I think.
I know, but you know how coaches think, man. They think this guy's done it. He can show these guys. I don't know. Even Muzzin at his fucking worst is better than Justin Hall, in my mind. But I am not a big Justin Hall fan. Okay. I don't think Justin Hall's ever going to come on our show.
No, I highly doubt it. Okay, so we'll move off of Muzzin. We'll see what happens this week. Like, how serious is this injury? Is he going to be in this week? Is he going to, who the fuck knows? Like, with this guy, it's like, he could play against Philly, and then I wouldn't be surprised if Keefe comes out and it's like, he's not coming to Florida with us because he can't fucking play. I don't fucking know. We'll keep an eye.
Playoff time decision.
We'll keep an eye on that. But I want to go here quickly before we get going. 2 more things. So, power play concerns. They did get 1 power play goal in the game against the New York Islanders. Prior to that, the power play was literally 1 for their last 20, something like that. Like really going dry at the wrong time.
But
concerns?
I mean, concerns, but still number 1 in the league.
Is that not, I know, which is crazy, but is that not eerily reminiscent to, I don't know, this time last year when it went fucking...
I think it's totally different. I think for the past 3 weeks, they have been spending too much of their power play trying to get Austin Matthews the goals. Because he was chasing 50, and then it was tying Rick Vaive, and then it was beating Rick Vaive, and now it's let's get to 60. And it just seemed on the power play they were going out of their way to give it to Austin Matthews. I think when playoffs come and that record is set and done, it's going to be back to setting up the best goal.
Okay,
that's how it's looked. It's looked like that in the past few weeks. They've been feeding Austin Matthews as much as they can. That's not going to happen in the playoffs.
So you're not concerned. Going to be open. You're not concerned.
I'm not concerned. I think this power play looks so much better. Last year, they couldn't even get in the fucking zone. They couldn't even set up a power play going into the playoffs. This year, they can get it cooking. Like last night, in the Islanders game, one of the power plays they didn't score on, they had, 7 or 8 shots?
Oh, yeah.
It was a 5-on-3.
Sure.
Willie hit the post. They look fine. They look absolutely fine. It's just the last few weeks, I think they've been feeding Austin Matthews, trying to get him as many goals as possible, and I don't blame them.
Okay. That's fair. I'm not super concerned at this point, but I will say this. I am semi-concerned.
Okay, you can be semi-concerned.
I am semi-concerned.
You're not full-on concerned.
No, I'm not full-on. Not full-on. Just semi-concerned. Do you want to throw up any? Do you want to throw up any comments or anything before
another one from Dennis? This is pretty funny. He said, just want to let you both know, true story, on Bathurst, south of Wilson, is a dry cleaners called Beavers Cleaners. I'm not joking.
I've had some work done there, Dennis.
Oh, you got some stuff cleaned at Beavers Cleaners?
In the special in the back. Special 2-for-1 special in the back.
What do you mean?
Well, you bring in a stained shirt. You get that dealt with out front. You go to the back for 2-for-1 special.
Okay.
Beavers Cleaners. You go. You get the shirt dealt with at the front. You go to the back. You deal with the beaver.
All right.
And it is an absolute beautiful place. Beautiful. Yeah, man. That's my old.
It doesn't sound beautiful.
Oh no, it's great. It's great. It's like, but that's my old neck of the woods, man. That old, yeah, man. No problem. Great. Love that. Love that place.
Whale of a show, boys.
Oh, love
Whale
that.
Of a show. Thanks.
Love that.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Before we queue up possibly our next episode, I guess the last topic, unless you have anything else to bring up, the last topic of the night this evening, I imagine, will be this. How surprised were you, or whatever, to hear on Sunday that Austin Matthews was day-to-day with a minor injury, says Sheldon Keefe, and was not going to be playing in the Islanders game? Is this load management? There's something more to it than this? What's the deal?
I think it's got to be. It's not load management.
Load management.
He has an injury. Not when you're chasing 60 goals. The thing that surprised me was he played the majority of the overtime against Ottawa.
He played the full Ottawa game and looked completely fine.
And overtime, he was on the ice. It felt like he was on the ice. It would be Matthews, and then they would go to JT, and then it was right back to Matthews and Mitch. Gio scores. Matthews on the ice celebrating with the team. What happened?
I don't know.
Is this one of those Dallas, Texas private rooms on the plane that we don't know about? I don't know.
Yeah,
I was super surprised. I was super surprised. And the thing that worried me about it, in all seriousness, was Keefe didn't say he is day-to-day. He said he's probably day-to-day.
Right.
That worries me because that means he may not be day-to-day.
Okay, but then I've heard, other reports saying he could have played last night and whatever. They just thought on the back-to-back, that he wasn't going to play. So I don't have any, inside information here, but he looked fine in the Ottawa game. So what happened after that? The only thing I can think of, what happened after that Ottawa game to Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, leading up to the Islanders game where they were like, no, we're going to keep you out. The only thing I can think of is that now I don't know if you saw this, when Giordano scored the overtime winner against Ottawa.
Saw it.
Tavares was on the ice there. The first person off of the bench to get into that little huddle, that victory huddle, was Austin Matthews. His mustache and all his glory. He was first guy off the bench. Now, the only thing I can think of is this. Giordano's first game winner as a lead. Maybe they go back to the dressing room. Maybe they go to the hotel. I don't know, probably in the dressing room. they take it a little too far. Maybe things get a little carried away. Maybe there's a group shower situation. Someone drops the soap.
Austin, surprise from Magnum.
Austin said, surprise. Liljegren's playing games. He's tossing fucking soap on a ropes around fucking everywhere. Austin says, I got it. He bends over to fucking pick up the soap. And he is full fucking spread eagle laid out in the shower. Pulled his fucking groin. He pulled his groin.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Just a minor groin pull. Do you think maybe we're dealing with a minor day-to-day groin pull for Austin Matthews?
Because this is a true story. That exact thing happened to Sergei Berezin back in the day. Partying after, in the dressing room, slipped in the shower, pulled his groin.
Man.
It can happen. This is not something to joke about. This can happen.
No, it
You
can
got to be
happen.
very careful, especially right before playoffs.
You're right. So hopefully nothing long-term. Hopefully nothing serious. Will he be back against the Flyers? Or do you keep him? I don't know. Do you not? What's the point? Do you not just keep him out?
Get 60.
I know, but you still got 5 games left after that. He's only 2 away.
I know, but Draisaitl's scoring now. So
they're saying all the right things. Like, it's not about the individual records and all that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, I think he still gets to 60 anyway. But, where's Draisaitl at?
I think he's at 54. He's still behind him, but he's just been he was stuck at 50 for a while. Then he started scoring.
So But you don't want to do you not want to kind of just fuck the Philly game? The Philly game doesn't.
I know mean more to me than any record and anything.
The Philly
game, they win a round or two. The Philly game means nothing.
The Philly game doesn't mean anything. So would you not just give him the extra couple days, go take the trip to Florida, and he can play against Tampa Bay? Do you not think?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. So what do you think? I don't think he plays against the Flyers. I would keep him out. Even if he's good to go, I would keep him out if there's something going on, like a groin, and I'd keep him out until they get to Florida and play Tampa. I don't know. That's what I personally would do, but maybe he's gonna. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. So I don't know, Chatty. I think that's all we got for the Easter extravaganza, the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast Easter extravaganza. What's the next holiday coming up? Where will we see
May 2 for?
When? Wow, okay, but when's that's not really like a get together with the family dinner type.
For this podcast, probably not until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, okay. So we'll see. We'll depending on
we could come on and just do a Canada Day podcast. We could see if Michaela's available to just come on.
Yeah, she'll have something cooking for Canada today, I'm sure.
But with an interview like that, I think it would be, especially on a holiday like Canada Day, the weather's nice. I think it'd be better to do it in person with the 3 of us instead of over the internet.
Yeah, that would be prime. Have to be in person. I think that would be ideal.
It just has to be in person.
Yep, we are willing to go anywhere that she would like to do that interview, no matter what. I heard British Columbia is a good place because I think they like a good 2 tip-ins out there. Rumor has it they're down with double penetration.
If she's in the States, we'll go down in the States. If she's in Quebec, we'll go to Quebec. If she's in Toronto, we'll go to Toronto. It does not matter, but for the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, on Twitter at the Tip in Podcast. Email us, thetipinpodcast@gmail.com. And this YouTube page, if you're watching the live stream, the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast, hit like, hit subscribe, check it out, and check out our live streams. We're going to do every podcast as a live stream. We'll be back sometime this week. But more importantly, the playoffs are 2 weeks away. After every playoff game, you'll get a 30-minute episode right here on YouTube and then on every podcast platform available. Anything you want to say, Dale?
Well, I just want to say that Easter Monday, we're doing this right now. We got the Flyers game, and then we got the Tampa game on Thursday. And then nothing on Friday before the back-to-back against the Panthers/Cougars and the Capitals. Maybe we come back on Friday night, so we'll have the Philly game to recap, and then we'll have that Tampa Bay game to recap, which should be exciting. And then, so I'm thinking Friday night might be a good target for episode 146 of the Tip in Maple Leafs podcast. So probably Friday night. I'm thinking after the Tampa Bay game on Thursday.
Until Friday, we will.
Hey, listen up, fellas. Let's go get some big wins this week, especially Tampa Bay and Austin. Whale of a groin, baby. Let's get that really inspected and really feeling good for the playoffs.
Hey, Dale.
Hey.
Whale of a show.
Chad, whale of a show. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good week, everybody.
Catch you later, everybody.
Man, I miss that Michaela. Man, oh man, do I miss that Michaela.